sad day for athletes, programs, and really the sport of lacrosse.
Yeah, the Ivy League announcing today that due to the coronavirus concerns, they have canceled all their spring sports. The presidents of the conference saying, given the situation, it is not feasible for practice and competition to continue. This has a lasting impact, of course, in the lacrosse world, with other institutions and other conferences announcing that they're still going to play games, but without fans. Some still playing games actually with fans as well.
Right, so it's kind of figure out where it fits here. With that Ivy League cancellation in mind, your head goes immediately to the seniors who won't get an opportunity to finish their career at this point. Michael Sowers started this season on an otherworldly pace, 47 points in 5 games for Princeton. Never made the NCAA tournament. His Princeton Tigers, 3rd in the nation with a perfect 5-0 record when their season was canceled.
Yeah, and just this past Sunday, Jeff Teat, Cornell played the most exciting game of the lacrosse season so far, beat Penn State 18-17. Teat scored the game-tying goal, which might be the last of his career. Teat currently 3rd in Cornell history in career points. And on Saturday night, TD Erlin passed Trevor Baptiste for most career face-off wins, now with 1,159 in his career. His winning percentage over 75%, the highest all-time, also set the all-time ground balls record last year.
This was the best season the Ivy League was having in years. 3 teams in the top 5, Cornell, Princeton, 2-3, Yale, who had been to 2 straight championship games at 5. Penn, 16th in the nation, and maybe higher than that at some points, too. Here's Cornell alum Rob Pannell's thoughts.
Maybe one day it'll all make sense, but, right now it just doesn't seem fair. And not just for Cornell, but the Ivy League as a whole, it's probably the best it's ever been, as from a lacrosse standpoint and a competition standpoint. You have Yale, who's been obviously one of the best teams the past few years. Cornell's back in the mix this year, top 5. Princeton with Sowers. You got the Sowers and Teat headlines. Brown just beat Virginia. Yeah, it's crazy. And now they just I don't want to say they took it away from them, but they did for now. So it's horrible.
We reached out to different Ivy League institutions. We received no comment from any of them. As for the women's Ivy League teams, Dartmouth a perfect 5-0, having one of the best starts in years, 7th in the country. Penn 11th in the nation. Princeton at 15. They've been in the top 10 for part of the year. So it affects both men's and women's alike. Here's Tracy Wiener with more perspective.
My biggest fear is it's just the beginning of what's going to be the domino effect in sports. How do you allow one conference to not play, and then the Amherst of the world is not playing as well? The next guy, you have some teams that are really just shutting it all down. But the Ivy League is so impactful. It is one of the top conferences in the country. You're talking about 4 teams. Dartmouth was having one of those rebound seasons that you could only hope for. Princeton is Princeton. You have UPenn, that's UPenn. And I just think that the whole thing is a shame at this point.
It is. The dominoes started falling in college lacrosse last night as a NESCAC, one of the elite Division III conferences in the country, announced that spring athletic competitions, including conference championships, would be canceled for the rest of the year. At the moment, 3 men's teams ranked in the top 10 in the country. Tufts, I was at their game last night. It was very strange seeing them beat Ithaca, and the moment and the emotion that came from them at the end of that game. Williams, another top team, Amherst as well. They had top 2 teams in the women's game, Middlebury and Tufts, ranked 1 and 2.
Meanwhile, the Syracuse-Rutgers men's game this weekend in New Jersey will go on as planned, but will be played in front of no fans. All Scarlet Knights home contests will be played in front of no fans until at least April 3rd, but at least the show goes on for now.